Sorry, just being silly. Thank you so much for that. As Amy Carlson said, yeah, very sweet. Um, so the book chapter was suggested to me by Kimberly Bain, and I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting topic. So we can talk more about it at the end of this, but Rosanna and I, and Rosanna really came up with the idea to make this like, let's just have you experience kind of one of the tools. So it's a mixture of path and a few other things. We've shortened it up because of timing, but Rosanna is an incredible visual artist, and she made us a lovely template, which most of you should have gotten before. But we'll screen share it so that we can offer. You can draw your own if you don't happen to have it printed out. But basically, what we're going to do is go through that template together shortly with Rosanna. And then we're going to get into small groups, and Larry and Amy might help us out as well, because we'd like to have a number of small groups small enough that we can have some really good conversations. So this is an opportunity for you to actually take an hour for you to do this in community, in this beautiful community of facilitators, and just think about what's coming up for you and what would you like to really manifest. And so the first thing that we'd like you to do is just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then prepare for this session in your own mind. Thinking, I would like to manifest something for the next year or so that is really going to help me, really support me, give me joy. And I'm going to choose a word right now to represent how I want this experience to be for me the next 60 to 90 minutes. And it could be any word, but I'm going to think of mine and share it with you in a minute. So just take, 30 seconds or so and think of a word to help create the atmosphere you want to have for yourself as you move through this journey in community, self-reflecting. And I think my word is honesty. I really want to be honest with myself about what I need, not what anyone else needs right now. And we are going to do a technique which some of you might know, but you'll put the word in the chat, but you won't press enter until I tell you to. And that, Rosanna says, one term for that is an insight waterfall technique. So just to kind of have this pool of words to represent our intentions for today. So put your word in the chat, but don't press enter. And you're messaging everyone. And I will give you 10 more seconds. So at the count of 3, press your enter button so that the chat just floods us. 1, 2, 3. Hit enter. Oh, very cool. All right. So just scroll through those words, and so beautiful. Yeah. And would anyone be willing to share why they chose their word? We're looking for 1 or 2 people to do that. And then we'll get started. And because I
Barb,
can't
if I
necessarily,
may,
yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, my word is calmness. I don't know why I choose it. I think it's choose me. I'm done.
That's beautiful. The word chose you. And maybe one other person, just speak out because I don't have you all. I'd have to scroll through all the things. Just go ahead and open up your mic and tell me.
I could do that. Yeah. So I chose the word uninhibited, and that's what's been holding me. And the moment I closed my eyes and I asked myself, what is it that I'm really looking for in 2026? It is like, go out, reach out.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Rosanna to get us started. And Rosanna, would you like me to screen share the template while you speak?
Yes. Except it says start sharing, screen share will stop other computers' sound. Is that okay? Kavitha? Is that okay? All right, I'm going to do that.
All right, let me.
There we go. Do you see it?
Okay, you're going to share. Okay, great, perfect. Yes, we do see it.
You do see it. Okay. Before we go through this template, hopefully you've got it printed in front of you. If not, we're just going to go through it step by step together, and you can just write it down, or you can write on the template that you've printed out. And also the word that you've chosen, I would invite you to spend the rest of the time with us through that lens, whatever that word you chose is. And so my word was graceful acceptance into 2026. And all right, so if you have the template in front of you, we're going to walk through each step, and we will invite you also to fill in the blanks as we go through. So we're going to start with the goals as the first step. So this is for yourself as a facilitator or the work that you do, whatever you might be doing, training, coaching, in your facilitation world, things that you love to bring into existence in 2026. So just aim really high for 1 or 2 goals, be as specific as possible, and write it down in the area that says goals. What are those 1 or 2 top goals that you might want to see happen in 2026 for you in the area of your work? I'm going to give you some time to write that down. You can always come back and adjust if you need to. All right. I hope you're ready for step 2. I always have trouble with step 2 because I want to write everything down. So step 2 is is values. These could be your personal values or your professional values that you live by. These are values that are important to you in your life, in your work life, and or in your personal life. Um, Things that you want to exemplify when you're doing your work. What are those top 3 values that you really want to show off when you do your work with your clients? What are some of those things? Now, step 3 may be the hardest part of this whole template. And let me explain a little bit about what those things are. And I borrowed these words actually from Michael Wilkinson in his strategic planning work, where he talked about barriers and success factors. He called them critical success factors. So the definition between the two of them is barriers are things that you have to overcome. These are things that you may not be able to change, and you have to overcome them. Success factors are actually conditions that the conditions that have to exist, or if they don't exist, you have to create that condition in order for you to achieve your goal. There are times where some things belong to both barriers and success factors. And in that case, you'll have to choose one or the other. You can't put them in both places. Okay, so looking at your goals, what are some already known barriers or success factors that exist associated with a particular goal? So one of the examples that I would like to give you is, so for example, if one of the things, challenges that you may have is work-life balance. Work-life balance could happen in barriers, or it could be a success factor. It could be a barrier because you have to work 9 to 5 and you can't change the work hours because your employer doesn't allow it, right? So it's a barrier because you can't change 9 to 5. So you may want to put it there. It could be a success factor as well. So, for example, you may ask your family member to help you, let's say, to look after your young children while you work a 9 to 5. So that's a condition that you can create, or if it already exists, that might help you to overcome whatever the situation might be in order to achieve your goal. So if something like that could fit into either one, then just choose one that is most doable. All right. So looking at your goals that you put down, what are some known barriers and or success factors that you have to create or have in existence in order to help you achieve the goal? I'm going to give you a little bit more time in this part because it's a little bit tougher to write it out. The final step is number 4. What are the next steps? So these are actions or tasks or things that you have to do that will set you up to meet your goals. So include people that you might want to enroll and ask for help, how they might be able to help you. So using the work-life balance example, I'm making this up. So I might say, I would ask my in-laws to babysit the younger kids while I'm working. So that's a specific person with a specific task. So be as specific as you can as well in this portion. Who are the supporters? What are the actions? How might you do it? And if there are any measurables that can tell you that you've done what you need to do in order to achieve your goal, what might those things be? And in a moment, Kavitha is going to divide us into different breakout groups where we could share some of these things. And we would like to hear as many voices as possible. And if you could, please turn on your video so we could see your lovely faces. And before we do that, Barbara, you wanted to do a stretch break, is that right? Oh, you gotta unmute yourself. There we are.
Okay, this is partly for me because I just had I seized up on my hip, pushing my mom up hill in her wheelchair too big a hill. Anyway, so yeah, just take a minute to stretch or stand up or close your eyes, take your eyes off the screen for a second. Just know that it helps you be a bit more centered and prepare yourself to share. And know that you don't have to share anything you're not comfortable with. Your facilitator will give you that guidance as well. And we'll come back in about 30 to 35 minutes. So yeah, just stand up whenever you want, take a glass of water. When you're in the small groups, do what you need to do to keep your bodies and your minds fully engaged. And now we're ready for the small groups.
Over to you, Kavitha.
Yeah, thank you. I've created 5 small groups and we've got around 6 people in each room. Set the timing for 33 minutes and 2 more minutes for them to come back. So opening all the rooms for everybody.
And just a reminder that
Barbara, I think everyone's in. Yeah, they cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Wait. Just trying to remember which room I'm supposed to go into 2, I think.
Barb,
So
Barbara,
we've
you're
got
going to 3.
I'm going to 3? Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Kavitha is 1, Farah is 2, Barbara's 3, I'm 4, and either Michelle
Larry?
or Larry would be
Larry
5.
can
Where
go
do you?
in one. Larry can go in one.
I can go anywhere.
Larry? Okay.
Where am I going?
1, Larry.
Larry,
Larry
One.
is 5.
Amy is in 3. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going into one.
I'm 2, correct, Rosanna?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I have.
Okay, then I don't have a room.
So 3, Amy will take care. Then Larry is 1. Farah is 2. Who is 4?
I was 4, but
Okay.
Okay,
So
so I'll be
you
5
need.
then?
Okay. So I'm free. I will join you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Or you, yeah, I'll take
Yeah, I
I'll
can
take 5
join.
and
4
you
doesn't
join
have a
me,
lot of
Michelle.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Rajiv, quickly checking with you. Hi, Rajiv.
I'll go to 5. 2.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you, Kavitha. Yeah.
you're welcome. Michelle, if you can record, that will be nice because Barbara wanted to record the small rooms. Hi, Rosemary. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
How are you
Yeah, good
doing?
morning. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure
Thank
too.
you.
We're doing a small breakout room activity where we requested people to fill in a template and talk around it. So can I put you in a room after sharing the template with you?
Yes, I think I joined in before I went off. I
Okay,
understand I'm currently in room 2.
room
I was
2.
assigned to room 2, yeah.
Okay, I will add you on to room 2 again.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So over to you, room 2.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Rajiv. Good morning.
Hi, Kavitha. Sorry, I've got some emergency. I have to leave just.
Okay, no problem. That's okay. Hi, Pauline.
Turn it back over to you, Rosanna, to pick up a couple of voices.
All back. So we're back in the big group here. I would just invite a couple of people, if you wish to share what you chose at the beginning of the session and how that might have or might not have played into your work in filling out the template. And what were some of the insights that you got from it? What was the experience like? Anyone can popcorn out. Just raise your hand and speak up. Yes, go ahead, Manal.
Just a second.
Oops.
Can I?
Manal and then Manishre.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So if I'll have to say in one word, it's
Oops.
clarity.
Okay.
And the whole process is kind of giving clarity and conviction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manishre. Go ahead, Manal.
okay, so for me, my word was uninhibited, and how it really helped is that I could deep dive into what is it that I'm really holding in myself. And when I was there in the group and when I was doing the template, I was able to bring those things that have been quite hidden out. So that's been my experience. Thank you so much. It was beautiful.
Thank you, Manal. Rashida.
My word was curious when we started off today's discussion, and then this whole 30 minutes interaction with the rest has actually opened up a lot for me from today's session. And there's different insights, both as an individual as well as a facilitator, that I can focus on.
Great. One more, Devang. Thank you.
I should thank the IAF Book Club. I should thank Rosanna. I should thank Barbara. I should thank Kavitha and everyone from IAF for leading such a wonderful, deep session, because in such a small time, I realized, one, the power of facilitation. Because until now, 25 years in the professional career, I was seeing the goal setting exercise as filling forms, just writing data. But now, with the powerful coaching questions which Barbara asked and the powerful learning which I got from my co-colleagues there, I'm making a 360-degree vision for my own self, and I'm sensing that planning for a year is not just filling in forms, not being linear, but being a whole, holistic, and very deep. So the last question, which was asked, what was insightful for you? Change the paradigm. And I can speak for 2-3 minutes, but I would want to give other participants also a chance. But kudos to the power of facilitation is what I stand delighted. I stand happy, and I'm recharged now. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Before I pass the mic back to Farah, Manish has his hand up, so I'm going to give him the last word. Go ahead, Manish.
Thank you. And first, I'd like to thank Kavitha here, who invited me for this session. So, and I would say that overall, the template has given me means a kind of direction how I can focus on my goal, how I can focus on my growth. And this one word which matters for the next year is something very powerful. And also the last thing what you said, Susanna, during the breakout session was the title, and title which you carry as a torch for the year. is something very, very powerful, and I could connect to that. Something which I still need to think of and put it clearly is on the barrier and success factor, which I'll be doing it because I think I may not rush into that, so that it is more authentic and more clear on what I need. So thank you, everyone. It's a really, really great session. Yeah.
Thank you. Over to you, Farah.
I want to say that listening to many of you here, I would love for you to take a moment to share in the chat what this experience was like for you. Like, we heard a few voices, but feel free to share on the chat. What was this moment that you gave yourself? I was sharing in our breakout room that someone had said, "What is your curriculum in life?" A coach had asked me that, and the curriculum could be serving, and it could be promoting facilitation, or it could be a personal thing. And I think he shifted my perspective when he said the curriculum is this moment. And it just stayed with me, and it just, it was this moment that shifted for me, that this moment is what matters. And the moments I had in the breakout room were so powerful, thanks to this beautiful reflective experience, Barbara and Rosanna. And can you imagine if we did this book chapter where we talked about self-reflection and we didn't do it? So that's a beautiful design. I think I got expanded by hearing what others shared in the breakout. So we have a little time. I want to also invite you to maybe ask a couple of people who were facilitating the discussion in the different breakouts, what really emerged for you through that discussion, what expanded for you. So I'm not sure who were leading that. I'd love to invite a few voices of the facilitators in the breakout. Yeah. Barbara, who else was facilitating? You were, right? Also.
Rosanna, Larry, Michelle, Amy,
Okay.
yourself. Yeah.
Michelle? Sorry, Michelle was in my room. Larry, Rosanna, anyone would like to share?
Well, we were a little bit late. The facilitators went in the breakout room a little late as we were trying to rejig the numbers and all that. And I walked in. Guess what? They self-facilitated, which was exactly one of the messages in Barbara's chapter about self-facilitation. I love that. And I thought, how apropos was that? And the group was fantastic, and they're willing to share. And there were a couple of common themes that emerged in our group, and it was lovely to hear. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosanna. Larry?
I was doing my best not to get in the way. We did have one interesting piece around success factor, because though I had one understanding and there was another understanding, and that was, for me, both were really helpful. And one was around factors that I have that will help me succeed, and the other is factors that need to be in place for me to succeed. And both are really valuable perspective. And so anyway, I was my everybody in the group was I was very honored to be listening to their sharing. I'm complete.
Thank you, Larry. Barbara?
Even though Rosanna and I co-designed this, because she was leading that piece when we were all together as a large group, and you did a beautiful job, Rosanna, and I filled out my template, and I got really good insight about something that's been bothering me for a while, and it's actually so simple. And I'll just share. It was the goal was, I want to be waking up most mornings curious and delighted. And I realized there's so many factors that I can put in place and that I already have in place to have that happen. I need to set my mood before I go to sleep, my mood when I wake up, make sure I don't, what's the word, numb out with sweets and too many television shows, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, it was so simple. And so I was just delighted that I got to do this as well and get some insights, in what, 15 minutes? And then hearing everyone was amazing. So people found that the values really sometimes exploded into the other pieces, and the goal was really easy to set, but they were struggling with success factors or barriers. But yeah, that each piece was kind of weaving, and then all of our thinking was weaving with each other. So that was very beautiful.
Thank you, Barbara. Kavitha, was there anyone else leading a breakout besides me?
Amy.
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 Yeah.
Amy Chan.
Yes.
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 Amy was also
My friend from Hong Kong.
Yeah. So I think I'm so amazed that within such a short period of time that each of us are very eager to share and also trying to support each other for the whole process. So it's very amazed. And one thing that I learned, I mean personally, I felt like, within 30 minutes, I do feel like I'm being supported by people. Even those people who I just met, just in like the 30 minutes. And I got a lot of suggestions and questions from them as well. And to me, it's a very useful section.
Beautiful. Thank you, Amy. So I was leading one breakout, and I want to say that similar to what some of you shared, it was a beautiful space for going deeper with the why, especially sharing how surprising it was to bring values into this. That's what somebody shared. And there were some huge breakthroughs about what a word multitasking means and how it could be a success factor or a limiting factor in the power of choice. And that huge insight that I choose to be here and, I might be passionate about other things. I thought that was really beautiful. And I think the other thing that really stood out in our breakout was how the word that we chose at the start, it was such that thing really actually was like the kernel of everything that we were creating. And there was a really exciting energy when the title, they could create a title, and the words that emerged. I think everybody is really now going to stay with that energy as well. So I really enjoyed being in that room and experiencing the magic of facilitation in a short time. So thank you, Barbara, for that beautiful design as well. Some people had a strategy for 5 years. So can you imagine? I mean, it's just so inspiring hearing from each other. So thank you, everyone, for being here. And, if you go back to the book chapter, it's really powerful because it reminds me, and there's a metaphor for that, which is about, when you're flying, and the first thing, if you have a challenge, you will wear the oxygen mask before you give it to others. So I think the power of reflecting for ourselves first before we serve others is such an important piece that comes out from this chapter, and this space that you all created to be here to do that, to put the oxygen mask for yourself is also shows your commitment to yourself and to what you're creating. I want to just pass it to Kavitha now. And in fact, I'm wondering whether, Kavitha, before we close, if you have any questions of Barbara,
Chapter.
who's authored this chapter, now's the time for you to bring some of your questions before we do our closing. So want to keep the space open for you to invite both Barbara or Rosanna with any questions that you have or any curiosity that you bring.
Hi, Barbara. I have one kind of reflection point. So I read the chapter 7, I also kind of glanced through the book, and I did the template early morning today. So, but then I was thinking, you please guide me whether I was in the right thought process. I said, facilitation would mean a couple of people. So what I said is, okay, come here, my negativity, come here, my positivity, come here, my other emotions, kind of made a group and then told them, come on, tell me, what is it? And then kind of, the magic word for me was consolidation. So respecting each voices I was building. Is that a right way for self-reflection? Because I thought, hope I'm not getting crazy.
No, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Really, the paper or the, where you're typing or is the other person there, the witness, so to speak. But to bring in your other psyches, your positive self, your shadow doubt self, your grieving self, your joyful self, etc. I think I love that. Rosanna,
Thank you.
any other thoughts? You're welcome.
Well, I put in the chat, I put in that learning and growth doesn't happen without reflections, because you can read a bunch of stuff, you can learn a bunch of stuff, but without reflections and thinking about how you might apply it to your own work and your own circles, then there is no growth. So I think it's so important to be doing this work here and spending, the last 90 minutes doing this. So I'm really grateful to be part of this process. And no, it's lovely. Lovely.
I might just add to that the self-reflection, this facilitating self is about working with your unconscious self. So it's trying to bring your unconscious to the conscious. And we often do that with visioning with groups. We raise, we uplift something that's been latent, dormant, buried within the group, and we raise it into the conscious and we put it out on to paper or, screens or whatever. So that's all we're doing. It's you don't have to have another person there. You just need to have a witness and enough soft, quiet space to allow the unconscious mind to bubble up. Kavitha, you have your hand raised.
Yes, Barbara. I was curious to know what was one of the inspirations for you to write this chapter, because it's a very beautiful chapter that you've put together. So I'd love to hear what inspired you to pick up this.
Well, I have to give credit to Kimberly because I had done a self-reflection process with her. I'd done a path process with her, and she said, "Barb, could you just please write about the path process?" And I said, well, not everybody will be able to access that. They won't have a facilitator to do that for them. So I'll do that, but I'll include some other processes that I've used, some with the technology of participation, some with Grove consultants. And so I just decided to pull the 3 tools together. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized how my own career, particularly how I built a facilitation profession and how I built a community, came because I was using the very tools that I was taught to use on others with myself. And I began to realize there's no way I can have the depth I want as a facilitator unless I practice on myself. And once I started practicing on myself to see how they landed on me, I got such amazing insight. So Kimberly was the one who pulled it out of me. She gave me a thought and I just ran with it. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Barbara. Any more questions?
Gonna get to meet the Kimberly next time.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
We're going to announce that shortly, and just wanted to see if you have any other questions, or even if you have a reflection you want to share, that you want to offer, any acknowledgement, anything. Just feel free to do that now, and Kavitha, then you can go ahead and share a couple of things for the group.
Yeah. I would like to invite Michelle to actually talk about the next session that has been scheduled on 16th. So Michelle, over to you.
Thank you, Kavitha. We are so happy that we will have Kimberly Bain with us next month, which is 16th January. Kimberly will be in Thailand by then, so it's a very friendly time for us to have her with us. We haven't finalized the time yet, but we will promote that on our LinkedIn page. Please stay tuned. We will wrap up this beautiful, beautiful book. So that is our plan. And the next year, we are open for more input from you all here. What kind of a book you want us to bring to our sessions, which authors you want us to invite to share with us, please free to reach us, then we will try our best to get them. So that is our invitation for you. Yeah, Larry.
Or you can also bring the book and the author with you and tell
That's
us, and then
beautiful.
we can schedule it. It's because it's both. We're not trying to limit what books we study, and we're trying to make books accessible to everybody. And so, whether we can get the author to come or not, if the book's important, we can explore it. But if we can get the author, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm complete.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. I've also put a link for Menti. If you could add what are your top 2 takeaways of today's session, if you could add that over there. And as per Michelle's request, let's do a group picture. I know many of you have, actually, some of them have left already, but let's do a group picture for the people who are here already. So if you could switch on your cameras, if that works for everybody, that would be great. And a beautiful smile. Okay. So how about Venkatesh, Brinda, Shweta? Is it okay to switch on your videos?
Yeah, actually, it is completely okay, Kavitha, but there's some issue. The moment I'm trying to do that is saying that please allow Zoom work, please, but to access, but I have already given the access.
Oh,
Don't worry. So we will image your smile.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, at the count of 3, a beautiful smile and an emotion that you would like to share about the session, maybe a heart or anything that you think is going to be appropriate for the session, if we could do that. Okay.
That's
1,
beautiful.
2, and 3. Here we go. Beautiful.
Before we complete, can we just invite Barbara and Rosanna, if you have any closing thoughts, feel free to use this space, Barbara and Rosanna.
Rosanna?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure, and I don't often get to talk to people in person or virtually from Asia because of the time difference and scheduling and all of that. So it's been just a rush for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank Rosanna because it probably would have been a very boring session unless Rosanna had come in and suggested doing this visual template. And it's just a joy to work with you, Rosanna. Thank you so much. And I just love the conversations and how to be reminded of how powerful it is just to take a few minutes to yourself. But to do it in community, kind of you are alone and you are in community. That's the most powerful, the most powerful combination. Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara. And over to Kavitha.
Thank you, Farah. And it was a beautiful conversations that we had. Very, very inspirational. And I would say intentions are magical. That's my word for next year, 2026. I would like to say thank you to Barbara. Thank you to Rosanna. Larry, our mentor, thank you. Michelle, for all the support that you bring in on the back end. I think beautiful. Farah, for holding the space today. Lovely it was. And each one of you for contributing and making it very enriching for us. Thank you so much.
And
Thank
you can unmute to say bye.
Take care and good night.
Take care.
Thank you.
Look forward to meeting you in 2026.
Merry
Yes.
Christmas to
Bye,
all of you.
everyone.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New
Thank you.
Year.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Happy holidays.